is going on here. Okay? Factoring by grouping is a technique that is used when you have exactly 4 terms. Okay? And I'll get to the 4 terms part in just a second. But let me explain the setup to you right now. Okay? What you see before you here is a monomial x times a binomial x plus 2, and then minus 5 times another binomial x plus 2. And you notice right away that the x plus 2's are the same, and they're highlighted in green. You guys see that part? Okay. Well, if you have the same binomial, you are allowed to basically factor it out, which is what I have here. So this x plus 2 has come down and factored to a single binomial. And that leaves you with x minus 5 as another binomial. So here's how it works, right? If I were to take x and multiply it by x minus 2, that's like x times x plus 2. So I'm basically distributing the x into the binomial of x plus 2. And then I could distribute the negative 5 into the binomial x plus 2. So it's really just a fancy way of factoring out a single binomial term. All right? So let me give you a little setup here. If I give you the problem y times y plus 7 plus 3 times y plus 7. Okay? Do you notice that I have 2 y plus 7s? This and this are the same. Is that true? If they're the same, I can pull one of those factors out and write it down below here. Y plus 7. So what is the other binomial that's left over? Y plus 3. And you guys totally see it, right? Okay. So how and why is this useful? Oh, don't look at that yet. There's the answer. Don't look. Sorry. Okay. So how and why is this useful? So take a look at this big, nasty monster thing. You want me to go down? Down a little bit? You mean up? Like that? Okay. So look at this nasty thing, right? How many terms does this thing have? It has 1, 2, 3, 4. If it has 4 terms, then we're going to use this cool new funky way of factoring, which is called factoring by grouping. So where does the word grouping come into play, right? Well, the grouping part is like this. What if I were to group these 2 terms and these 2 terms? I'm grouping them. I'm putting them in little groups. You guys see it? The first little group and the second little group. Now, if you were to focus for just a minute on the first group, is there a common monomial factor of the first group? Mr. Brem, tell me what it is, dude. What? Yeah, x squared. What does that leave me with?
X minus 4.
Yes, good. Very good. So the trick here, ladies and gentlemen, I use green to be consistent. You are looking for an x minus 4 somewhere buried in here. Does anybody see it? Who sees it? Who sees it? Raise your hand if you see it. I love it when you guys see it. That's so good. Okay, what is the term, the single monomial factor you can pull out of the second group? 2. What does that leave me with?
X minus 4?
X minus, oh yeah. Do you guys see this? Okay, if you have 2 binomial terms that are the same, you can factor them out. So that means I'm going to have an x minus 4 times what? X squared plus 2. Bam. You are done. And that is the right answer. What do you think about that? Factoring by grouping. Super, super cool. Used when you have 4 terms. There's the setup. And there's an example. Feel pretty good about that?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Beautiful.